All right, how about we talk about manly stuff? All right. I was looking at a list here of manly things the dudes are supposed to enjoy. But not all guys enjoy these manly things. Are there dudes online whining about this? What, you ain't into lawn care, bro? You call yourself a man and you don't like to get out with the weed eater and knock down various plants in your yard? That's right, you don't like the lawnmower? You ain't a man. I mean, I like trying to keep my lawn looking somewhat on par with my retired neighbors, but that's as far as I could go. I don't have that much time. I would not say that I enjoy lawn care. No, it's a chore. It's a chore. I'm sure there are guys who enjoy it, but I guess I'm not manly enough because I don't enjoy it. Looking at this list, I'm apparently not very manly. There you go. You can use that clip, Peaches. Victor Wilt says he's not manly. What else do we have here? Sports. Yeah, not really my jam. I mean, I would go to a live sporting event. That's fun enough, but I don't really keep up on things. I don't watch sports on TV. Yeah, not very manly of me. Camping. All right. If I have a cabin with electricity and running water, I'm down to go camping. Sure. When I had a camper, that was about the best I could make of camping, but it wasn't a fully enjoyable experience because there's a lot of work involved with having a camper. You know, you got all the setup, the tear down, you got to go flush the tank out. It's something you got to clean every time you get back. It made camping better. Like I will not ever go sleep in a tent again. I just won't do it. Not manly. That's right. Cars. I mean, I like cars. I can't afford one though. I drive a truck and I would love to get myself a car just for the gas mileage. I mean, that's as far as it goes with me being into cars, I guess. I like good gas mileage. Is that manly? Beer. Okay. I do like beer, but that's not necessarily a good thing. You know, some of these other things on this list, they could be healthy activities like sports. You know, camping, you can get some exercise there, go for a nice hike. Beer, that can just result in problems. Yeah, I like beer, but I wish I didn't. Things would be much easier if I didn't like beer. Just be like, yeah, I don't care about that. Wake up every day feeling good, rather than it being like a bit of a challenge. Like, no, don't do it. You're going to wake up feeling lousy and have to talk myself out of beer. What else do we have here? Career ambition. I mean, are there any guys who like really enjoy being driven to try to advance in their career? Like, that's just part of work. It's not fun. I don't think anybody enjoys that, right? I mean, okay, I'm thinking back when I was like, we need to make K-Bear the biggest radio station in the market. You know, I want to get some national attention on K-Bear. We did all that stuff. You know, we're well known nationwide by the music industry and that whole thing about blowing up in the market. Yeah, we made it happen. Beyond that, like, I just want to make sure I can pay my bills. That's my career ambition. Have a job. Have a job, pay my bills. You know, maybe someday build up savings. That'd be great. Why do I get to see this first thing in the morning? People say I'm not manly. Well, I guess you folks who listen to my show, I'm sorry I'm not manly enough based on all of these criteria. Are there any other activities that are manly things that I do enjoy? What about like playing guitar? That's pretty manly, isn't it? I would think so. What else do they have in here? Buying a bunch of expensive stuff? That's not manly. Luxury and opulence? I don't think that's manly. No one's ever considered that manly. That's just showing off. Competition? I mean, like going back to the radio thing and wanting to take over, be the biggest station in the market or biggest show in the market. I don't know. Once you've done that like lots of times, then there's not much competition left around here as far as radio goes. I guess I am into competition because moving into the digital realm, trying to get some YouTube action going, doing Twitch streaming, stuff like that, new challenges. I guess I like that. I enjoy it. I'm manly. Check it out. I'm manly, everybody. I'm into competition. Manly Victor. Hi. How's your morning going? I hope amazing. And I hope if you're a guitar player, you heard about our new giveaway with our friends at No Limit Guitar Company. They're celebrating their 6th annual birthday bash right now. So we teamed up with them for all kinds of crazy stuff this month. We gave away a bunch of Judas Priest tickets the last couple weeks. We got the Halloween tracks for K-Bears Rockin' Halloween rolling with 2 songs at minimum every hour the entire month. And now we're starting to hook up gear. This week, giving away an awesome Yamaha Revstar Element RSE20 electric guitar. It's sweet. And all you've got to do to sign up to win it is fire up the K-Bear or All Taps and enter to win in the apps. Now, you can get extra entries by picking up an item at No Limit Guitar Company. If you need new strings or whatever, maybe a sweet strap, or go get yourself a crushing new amp or a guitar. Yeah, get extra entries and then you might win another guitar. That killer Yamaha Revstar Element RSE20. It's a really cool guitar. I wish I could add it to my arsenal, but you know how prizes around here work. We give them to you. So enter to win in the apps. Get extra entries with your purchases at No Limit Guitar Company. Which, everyone can enter to win just by firing up the K-Bear and All Taps. And we're going to have plenty more to come with No Limit Guitar Company throughout the entire month of October. So stay tuned. Good luck. I was just reading an article. Well, that's not true. I was trying to read an article, but they wanted me to pay $1 to subscribe to Business Insider. $1 per month. For the first month, then $13 a month. Jeez. And all the article was about was how, as our parents and grandparents are getting older, eventually they're going to pass away, and we're going to be left with all of their junk. And I wanted to read the article and see what kind of junk. When my parents passed away, neither of them had much stuff. So I think they both, for the most part, kind of got rid of all the junk. There wasn't much to go through. I kind of wish they would have had more junk to go through, because I think it would have been kind of fun to see what they decided. I got to hang on to this. But apparently neither of them into collecting junk. So now I'm thinking about myself. What kind of junk are my kids going to have to deal with if all of a sudden I get hit by a bus? I did a pretty good job of clearing out a lot of junk in the last year, but I'm sure I still have some around. I need to go ahead and go through the house and really take a look and be like, all right, look at this crap. Should my kids have to deal with this junk? I try to have cool stuff so that, if somebody was going through it, they'd be like, wow, look at all these video games and books and stuff. These are cool. But ultimately, my book collection could probably end up being a complete hassle for my children. Because they could take the initiative and make an eBay store and probably make some money off of some of those books. Even the books that are not worth much, you could still sell them for a few bucks a piece. There's a lot of them, but That's work. They got things to do. Hopefully they'd just be like, oh, let's keep them. But there's a lot of them. And, if they're not into the type of books that I like, they're just going to be like, this is ridiculous. Boxes and boxes and boxes. And books are heavy. Like, if you've ever moved and you have books, it sucks. Big, heavy boxes of hardback books. Oh, maybe I should ask my kids about this. Be like, do you want me to leave you this stuff or should I sell it before I pass on? Because there's going to be a lot of crap for you to deal with. However, I think it, again, is all pretty cool stuff, the type of things I hoard, video games and books. That stuff's fun. Anyway, just wanted to let you know, if you've got a whole bunch of crap that only you want and you think like this is just going to be a hassle for somebody to go through, you should probably clear a little bit of it out because somebody's going to have to deal with it. Thankfully, like I said with my parents, they didn't have much. I, again, almost wish they had more just so I could go through it and be like, whoa, this is weird. I didn't know they had this. So get rid of your junk. Right now is a good time before the weather turns to crap. Speaking of which, I've got my old oven in my garage. I need to get that out of there. Why have I not dealt with that? I don't know. I've been slacking. Since we're giving away a guitar with No Limit Guitar Company, got to talk about this post I found online where somebody's talking about their roommate playing guitar. Oh, it made me laugh. Okay, let's just dive in here. Roommate recently started playing with amp. This is in the guitar subreddit. Question, I'm not a guitar player, so I wanted to get some advice on this and understand the situation. I'm a grad student, and my randomly assigned roommate is a music major specifically for guitar. Can you imagine being randomly assigned a roommate? Perhaps you've dealt with this. That sounds like my nightmare, all right? I've lived with roommates that were some of my best friends, and I still ended up somehow getting frustrated with most of them. And I'm sure it goes vice versa. I'm sure I made my roommates mad. And these, again, were like my best friends. Random person? Oh, geez, that sounds terrible. Okay, let's get back to the post here. Earlier in the year, he asked how I felt about him playing his guitar in the room, and I didn't really encourage or discourage him. I play games and do a lot of work where I click my mouse frequently, so I thought it's definitely fair if he can play his guitar. All right, as I'm doing this radio show, everybody, I'm sitting here clicking my mouse all the time. Let me click it real loud. Can you hear that? Okay, the microphone probably barely picked it up, if anything. And I was probably hitting the mouse too hard, considering that yesterday I swapped this mouse out for another one because the other mouse was being a piece of garbage. Anyway, there was no comparison between the sound of an amp and a mouse clicking, so this immediately let me know this roommate is going to have an unreasonable expectation of what level a guitar amp should be at when you play it. I click my mouse frequently. Okay, so he says, everything is working great until he's been playing almost exclusively on his amp this last week. He has it up fairly loud, much more than a phone or laptop speaker, but not enough to drown out conversation. That is not fairly loud, all right? As a guitar player, up more than a cell phone or laptop, but not enough to drown out conversation. If you're not drowning out conversation, your amp is not turned up loud enough, all right? You're not getting the proper tones out of your amp if you don't have it up louder than that. Okay, let's get back to the post here. He says he needs to do it like that to hear it how other people do, so he can't use headphones or play not plugged in. There's a building full of practice rooms for him to use, but it's about a 5-minute walk away, and he complains about bringing the amp and guitar back and forth. All right. Now I might have to go, well, if you have access to a practice room 5 minutes away where you can really crank it up, I'm assuming if this guy's playing on an amp that he's just kind of keeping it turned up barely louder than a cell phone. It's probably not a half stack, okay? It's probably not an 8x10 cab with 300 watts of tube power like I've got up in my studio. It's probably a little amp. You put your guitar in a case, you put the little amp, the little amp has a handle on it. You walk down to the practice room, dude. Come on, get some exercise. You're not going to have a good time when it comes to gigging if you can't carry your little amp and guitar 5 minutes. Okay, but so he doesn't want to. I understand the coziest place to play your guitar is at home. So the roommate says, I want to be nice and reasonable roommate. Is all this stuff he's doing normal/acceptable? I don't know much about music stuff, so I wanted to ask here first. I want to point out, if I was this guy's roommate, he would hate my guts. Because why play your amp quiet? What's what electric guitar is all about? You crank it up. If you're playing metal, you can't play it on low volume. I was worried my neighbors were going to call the cops when we had band practice a couple weeks ago. And I don't think we were playing what I would consider loud. I don't ever play my amp quiet. That is not satisfying at all as a guitar player. I wonder what people are saying in the comments. Tell them it's headphones or the practice rooms because your mouse is probably nowhere near as distracting as a guitar. Get out of here, Sad Basket. That's the user's name, Sad Basket. It's a good insult, but Sad Basket. Headphones don't cut it, all right? You wear headphones when you're recording, okay? So you can hear, the drums really good. And you're not drowning out the drums with the crushing tones of your amp. That's when you wear headphones when you play in the studio. Oh, here we go. Dr. Mantis Toboggan, MD, says, where do I recognize that name from? Dr. Mantis Toboggan. Is that, I think that's from It's Always Sunny. Okay, anyway. There is some validity to his comment about how playing the guitar through the amp is something he needs to do. Playing an electric guitar through an amp at a louder volume in an open room can sound different and bring out certain parts of your playing. Playing like that also just feels better and is a lot more fun. That's right! Then he goes on to say, other ways he could do it at a lower volume. But no. This is when you kick your roommate out. You're like, you don't like my riffs? You don't like these riffs? Get out of here. You get. Well, it's giveaway central around here this week. If you didn't hear yesterday at 8 a.m., I announced a new show coming to the Mountain America Center for you comedy fans. Tom Segura bringing the Come Together Tour to the Mountain America Center Saturday, April 26th. Tickets go on sale Friday, but you could win them before they even go on sale by entering to win right now in the K-Bear 101 and Alt 101 apps. That easy. Fire up the apps, go to the menu, boom, enter to win tickets to Tom Segura. And then if you don't win, you can buy tickets. They go on sale Friday at 10 a.m., but you might as well try to go for free. Then you got money for souvenirs or merch or food or whatever. Beverages. It's going to be a great time. Tom Segura, Saturday, April 26th at the Mountain America Center. Enter to win tickets in the K-Bear or Alt apps. Or both. Might as well get one entry into each. And then, again, if you don't win, buy your tickets on Friday. Was just reading online that apparently today is one of those like Amazon Prime kind of days. Big deal days. Today and tomorrow. I don't need to look at this kind of thing. Find myself earlier, we talked about a bunch of junk ending up being around your house that your kids have to deal with after you're gone. Amazon Prime Day. That's how you end up with all that junk. But if you are going to do some shopping, you might find some great Christmas deals, things like that. But one thing I'll tell you, just like with Black Friday, there are a variety of things. What's the word I'm looking for here? They're not apps. They're like browser add-ons, like that Honey add-on, where it'll show you the price history of things. I see this all the time. Where the big sale's here. And then you look at the price history and it's like, wait, this is actually like 10% more than it was a few days ago. You guys are scamming me. So just try to be wary. Do a little bit of price research. Don't just impulse buy because you see, oh, big sale item. You know, go to Google, look around. You might be able to find that item cheaper elsewhere. Just a tip, all right, so you don't spend too much money. Just because something says it's on sale doesn't mean it really is. And yeah, there are apps that will help you do that. So highly recommend you look into those. They're good to have year-round, you know, so you can track pricing and be like, oh, yeah, today is not the day I'm going to buy something. Even if you really want it, like today's not the day because prices are way up. You know, you got to save every penny you can nowadays. So there's my tips for you. Don't go crazy, all right? Shop logically. Howdy, welcome to the Victor Wiltz Show morning, and happy Tuesday. It still feels like Wednesday to me. Why? I do not know, but it's unfortunate. You know, if somebody breaks into your house, that's also unfortunate. But if they do some chores, doesn't that make up for it a little bit? There was a woman in the UK who unfortunately is now living in a heightened state of anxiety because, a guy broke into her house. But while he was there, he, emptied the trash and did a little bit of tidying up. He did cook a meal for himself and drink some wine. But this guy kind of went to town on the chores front, so, you know, as far as an intruder goes, this guy's probably the best I've ever heard of. He hung her laundry out to dry, refilled some bird feeders, swept and mopped the floors. Apparently there were some groceries out, and he put those away. But, he did pound down a bottle of wine. No, that actually would be extra creepy, would it not? Somebody breaks into your house and they don't just steal stuff. They just make themselves at home and start doing your chores. It's cheaper than, hiring a person to come clean your house, I guess, but it would be unnerving. Anyway, wish I had that kind of motivation to do chores. I can't even get myself to do chores at my own house. I gotta really, really talk myself into it. Come on, dude. Quit being so trashy, bro. Clean up your house. What's your problem? Tidy up a bit. So, anyway, that happened. You know, Turons, moron tourists, they don't only hang out in Yellowstone. They hang out at all of our national parks. And I would say that as far as number 2 goes on the list of Turons, I think we got Grand Canyon National Park. I've talked many times before about this book I have called Death in Grand Canyon, which goes over every single death that has taken place in the Grand Canyon. Could be people falling off a cliff. Could be people, not planning properly for their hike down into the sweltering hot Grand Canyon and end up, just dying that way. Or doing things like taking selfies on the rim, or maybe doing a little bit of yoga. Yeah, tourists been slammed online in recent days after a video captured them sitting on a ledge and practicing yoga poses. Now, you don't need to slam them, all right? Eventually, a lesson will be learned, okay? Having read the book, Death in Grand Canyon, it's only a matter of time. There's probably already been a yoga death. Come on. Survival of the fittest. No, we should try to discourage this behavior, but you'd think people would be smarter than that. If you've ever been to the Grand Canyon and looked over the edge, It's a long drop in many places. Plenty of time to think about what's happening as you plummet to your death. Yeah, be careful at the Grand Canyon, people, all right? There's not a fence around the whole thing, okay? There's not a railing. Okay, what else do we have here? A woman in, where is Poulsbo? Somewhere in Washington. Anyway, this lady has been feeding raccoons in her yard for about 3 decades. And now she's got a problem. She's got over 100 raccoons just surrounding her home day and night. Don't feed the wild animals. And we had that story last week about raccoons packing some kind of a horrific parasite, if I recall correct. They might look cute. They got the little hands. They hold stuff. They're still wild animals, okay? You want to find out about monkeying with wild animals, watch Tiger King, watch Chimp Crazy. What's up next? Raccoon nuts? I don't know. Okay, anyway, let's move along. The price of Mega Millions tickets to go up to $5, but they're promising better odds. Yeah. No, they just want the jackpot to climb higher faster, right? So that people will get more interested in buying tickets. And at this point, but what they're saying is they want to be able to differentiate between Mega Millions and Powerball, which are essentially the same game. So the article doesn't say exactly what they're going to do to make the odds better for Mega Millions. But man, there's a big difference between losing $2 and $5 if you're me. Maybe to you, chucking $5 in the garbage is no big deal. To me, chucking $2 in the garbage is almost a big deal because it's still $2, but I'm willing to dream every once in a while. Be like, yeah, I'm going to win. I'm going to be rich. And then I lose, go back to reality. But $5 on one ticket. I don't know. I don't know if this is going to work out for them. They're going to have to seriously prove to people that the odds are greatly improved. They're like, yeah, bigger prizes and better odds. Sure. I don't know if I'm buying it. Yeah, who am I kidding? I see that $1 billion jackpot. I'll drop a stupid 5. It's like with the Idaho lottery raffle, which is probably kicking off any time. I've bought numerous Idaho lottery raffle tickets because it's the best odds to win $1 million. Well, guess how many millions I've won? That's right, 0.0. Will I buy an Idaho lottery raffle ticket again this year? Probably, because I just can't help but throw money in the garbage when I think that, there's a possibility of the dream coming true. Okay. Well, anyway, yeah. Just want to let those of you who budget money for Lotto know fees are going up. Sorry. It's not my fault. Oh, and finally, if you're planning on traveling anytime soon, looks like you need to travel on, I don't know how you say the name of this, Qantas? It's Australia's biggest airline. If you enjoy risque movies being played for about 40 minutes, Qantas Airlines is the place to be. Yeah, apparently they called it a technical error, but there was a movie called Daddy-O, which I don't know anything about this movie, but I guess it has lots of naughty stuff going on in it. And it just played on every seat on the entire plane. So they came out and were like, listen, we're sorry. We're sorry. We didn't mean for that to happen. Sure you didn't. 40 minutes of nudity, apparently, to an entire aircraft full of unwitting passengers. Isn't there a way for him to turn the screens off? Oh, we don't know what to do. We don't know what to do. Yeah, right. 40 minutes, you couldn't figure out how to turn the screens off or change the channel? I ain't buying it. Anyway, yeah, if you're into a flight that might be a little more exciting as far as the video content, Qantas Airlines in Australia. You got to go to Australia, though. Suppose you could always watch Daddy-O at home. Well, before that track, I played a scream tone and hooked up caller number 13, Jordan, with a pair of tickets to the Lost Souls attractions in Shelley. You hear the scream tones played, be caller number 13, and you can win. Also, other ways to get into haunted attractions for free. We got the Haunted Meetup going down this Friday night at the Haunted Mill in Teton. If you'd like to join us, all you got to do, go see Peaches tomorrow. That is Wednesday, tomorrow, at Wackerly Auto Center on Holmes from 4 to 6 p.m. That's Wackerly Auto Center on Holmes in Idaho Falls tomorrow, 4 to 6 p.m. First come, first serve. Get there early and score yourself a spot on the guest list for the Haunted Meetup at the Haunted Mill in Teton this Friday night. Yeah, hooking up haunted attraction tickets all month. Thanks to our friends at Grease Monkey, Wackerly Subaru, and Wackerly Auto Center. More and more haunted attraction tickets coming your way. Listen for scream tones. Come see us at the Haunted Meetup. Again, if you want to go to the Haunted Mill in Teton on Friday, then you need to go see Peaches tomorrow at Wackerly Auto Center on Holmes from 4 to 6 p.m. Good luck scoring your spot. What hideous 70 interior trend makes a surprising comeback? Doesn't look that hideous to me. Looks like, Gen Z's having a little bit of fun. Apparently, adding a little bit of color to your bathroom's a problem, people. Now, this does look a lot like my basement bathroom. My house was built in the 70s, so I've got a couple bathrooms that are very 70s. The upstairs one, it has a yellow tub, and it's like that pale yellow color. It's also kind of a strange size. And then in my basement, pink. I got a pink tub with some pink tile, painted the wall red, put in a black floor. It looks, again, kind of like these pictures here. And I think it looks fine. How dare the Metro website call this hideous? Yeah, everything's gotten so boring. What, do you want a bathroom that looks like a hotel or a bathroom with a little bit of flavor? Now, I guess if I had money to remodel all my bathrooms, I would. I'm just being cheap. If I was going to remodel them, I wouldn't give them the 70s look. But I don't feel the dire urge to remodel them because they got some character to them. They look fine. I do want to make the upstairs bathroom a little bit wackier. All right? Talking about, my pink tub and stuff. That upstairs bathroom everything's yellow in it. I was thinking, some pink on, maybe the vanity and things like that. Maybe the walls, the door, the trim. Just, go a little bit wild. It's my house. I can do what I want. But what about when you're going to sell it? Well, get the right person in there. They'll be like me. That house was on the market for quite a while because it's a little bit different. I was like, oh, this place is great. It's a little bit different. It has character. Most people don't like a house with some character. Me, the opposite. All right, this place is kind of strange. I dig it. I can make this place even stranger. Don't let anybody tell you need to follow trends, okay? You can do whatever you want with your house. If you want a green toilet and a green tub like Gen Z, you go right ahead. It's your house. You have your own style, okay? You don't need to look like all the pictures on Zillow. Don't let anybody not let you be you. I'll encourage this to the end of time, just like painting the outside of your house a wacky color. People get too trapped in, what are others going to think? I tell you what I think. When I walk in my house, I'm like, it feels like my house. I'm so comfortable. So glad to be here. This is my house. So anyway, just wanted to let you know, wacky trends like my decorating scheme apparently coming back. And the internet might be shaming Gen Z for this, but whatever. You go ahead and sit in your, cookie cutter bathroom with everything nice and white and gray. All right? Add some green. It'll work out well during the Halloween season. Yeah. This thread just sounds like loads of fun. What's a terrible addiction that no one really mentions? Okay. If no one really mentions it, maybe this is an addiction you suffer from and you haven't thought about it because you didn't realize it was an addiction because no one really mentions it. Well, let's see what people are talking about here. Constantly checking your phone for notifications even when you know there aren't any. You keep unlocking your screen, scrolling through the same apps, refreshing feeds, hoping for something new. I don't know about checking for notifications, but yeah, scrolling the phone, definitely an addiction. Definitely. Well, what's going on Reddit? Maybe there's something interesting on Facebook. It gives me content on the show sometimes. I justify these things in my head a lot as, I'm, currently digging for content for the radio show, so this is okay. But no, dude, come on, let's be real. You're reading a bunch of useless garbage most of the time. You're looking at people's comments on social media, wanting to jump in, start some arguments, then you decide against it, so you keep scrolling, see some more stupid things. Well, let's jump over and check Twitter. Oh, this is useless too. Yeah, phones are definitely an addiction, without question. I would accomplish a lot more without the telephone in its modern state. But I love it. I love having a computer in my pocket. It's very handy. That's the problem. They're just too good at feeding the brain. Useless drivel. Okay, let's move on from that one. I don't want to think about my phone problem. All right? My phone addiction. Makes me feel ashamed of myself. But everybody's got that problem, right? Most of you. Compulsive buying. All right, I could understand that a little bit. I've been doing pretty good with that. I think had I not had to just replace items around my home in the last year, I may have done worse with the compulsive buying, but I've definitely done some of that. Here's part of the problem, especially in the winter months around here. Compulsive buying, there's nothing to do around here. I don't care what you say. All right? I'm not into snowshoeing. All right? What do you do during the winter months? I guess go to the mall. I know lots of people who on the weekend, their fun thing to do is go out and go shopping. Let's go to the mall. Let's go to Target. Let's go to Walmart, whatever. And they end up buying some stuff. Now, if I go to the thrift store, there might be a little compulsive buying, but it's only a few dollars. It's still compulsive buying. Books. That's my compulsive buy. That's my problem. Luckily, I got to really work myself up to buy something that is expensive whatsoever. But if it's like $3, I'm like, it's $3. No big deal. But there are people who go wild with it. People who just can't stop spending. And then they have all these useless things just piling up. Earlier on the show, we talked about getting rid of your junk, okay? Look around. Your kids are going to have to go through all this stuff someday. Make sure that you got cool stuff for them to go through, all right? If it's junk, get rid of it. If it's junk, try to not buy it. I probably have a lot of books that are junk. Even though I do a pretty good job of clearing them out, taking the excess to thrift stores or the used bookstore. So I don't feel super bad about compulsive buying. But I also just don't go to the store. Or like the other day, Peaches was like, dude, they got Halloween decorations at Michael's. I walked in there. I've got to be in a manic state to do compulsive buying. I was excited to go see the cheap Halloween decorations. I walked in there. I was not feeling manic that day. I was feeling like, why am I at the store? I need to get out of here. And then I left and I didn't buy anything. So maybe you just need a mental illness. And then you only compulsive buy half of the time. You got to be in a manic state to get crazy, blow your cash. All right, what other things are, these seem to all be relating to internet and shopping. There have to be other terrible addictions that no one talks about. Overthinking. That is a very good one, of which I have definitely had a problem with in the past. I don't think I have that problem anymore. Overthinking. You just get in these loops in your head, or, I'll get like freaked out that, somebody hates my guts now. Oh, they're mad at me. Oh, geez, what is this? And most of the time, everybody else isn't thinking about you. I'll get worried like, I sent an email. Did I word that properly? No, most people aren't analyzing everything that way. When you get in these kind of mind states, you got to take a look at it from the point of view of, am I looking at everybody else this way? And if you are, maybe you need to settle down. But chances are you're going to go, I don't, look at every little thing people are doing that way. Why would they do that to me? Here, we got a caller. Let's see what they want. K-Bear, you are live on the show. Keep it in mind. Who's this?
This is Asha.
Asha, what's up?
Nothing much. Just enjoying your conversation about the joys of spending when I've been like that. Your mental illness you're looking for might be ADHD with poor money management.
I might have a problem with both.
Yeah. It's also an issue for me, too, when I got into a cubicle office around the time for Halloween. So I'm like, well, I guess I got to spookify my whole place. So I, got a little bit everywhere. My favorite spot actually is in the dollar store. They've had some really nice stuff for, stupid cheap. And it's made the space great.
Oh, yeah. I am all down with the dollar store shopping for sure. If there are just basic necessities you need, or things like Halloween decorations and stuff like that, you can find some decent enough stuff and not have to blow a whole bunch of cash. So
yeah, no, it's been fabulous. My favorite thing I just got there was it's like this man and woman's skulls, but it's like the man has the top hat with some of the kind of dried floral roses, and then the girl is just the floral roses. It's they're so cute. Each were $1.25 and was so much better than the ones at Walmart. And the Walmart never had the females, but I'm this is better.
Yeah, that's one way that I can get away with somewhat compulsive spending and not feel too bad is, thrift stores and dollar stores and things like that. Occasionally Walmart, but I think, that spreadsheet I've got of all the 10 billion bills I have to deal with, that also helps. If you put all of your money in front of your face, which is something I never did till I ended up as an adult on my own, living alone, okay, I got to keep track of bills. I got that big spreadsheet, and it scares the crap out of me and makes me sick every time I look at it. So, it's harder to spend money.
Yep, that's the thing with ADHD as well. I prefer physical over the invisible debit card. So I'm don't know how much I'm spending.
Yeah, and I always like to, I've got all the apps for, my credit cards and my bank on my phone. And, if you just open it up and look at, your credit card current balance, that'll stop you from spending any money as well.
Yeah, I don't trust myself with the credit card. But the one thing that will be fun for my kids to go through when I die is Pokemon cards. Have fun with that. Please don't sell any of them.
Hey, those could end up being worth some serious money. So
yeah, it's nice knowing that one of the sets just got discontinued, so they're not printing anymore. And I have the second highest price card, so I'm let's go.
Nice.
So I will haunt whatever kid sells that.
Definitely. Yeah, like I talked about early on the show today, when it comes to, junk being around, I've got all these books, and if my kids want to put the effort in to selling them the proper way, they could make some money. But I have a feeling, they'll take the easy way out and just get rid of dad's junk.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, alrighty. I noticed it's 9:00 hour. You need to do your thingy, so we'll let you go then.
Well, good to hear from you, Asha. I hope you have a great rest of the week.
Alrighty, thank you. You too.
Right on. See ya.
Mm-hmm. Bye.
All right. So you make me feel a little bit better about my useless spending. I haven't done a lot of it in quite a while, so I feel better. All right. We've been talking unhealthy addictions terrible addictions that nobody talks about, like overthinking. We talked about just blowing money, getting out shopping every weekend. Again, I know this is a problem for people around here due to a lack of activities, especially in the winter months. You know, I can't recommend enough that rather than every weekend going out and buying a bunch of crap, go out one weekend and buy a PlayStation. And don't let anybody guilt you when it comes to, hey, I'm going to spend my weekend sitting around my house watching movies and playing video games. At least you're not overspending, right? You can get video games used pretty cheap. There's a huge backlog of great video games out there. And then, anymore, the availability, if you have internet, the availability of free content is pretty much unlimited. It's not just YouTube. There are all these TV services like Tubi and Pluto and stuff like that show great movies. You can go cheap and be entertained. But a lot of people are like, oh, I can't sit around the house. I can't do that. Oh, I need to be out doing stuff all the time. It's like, no, it's perfectly okay to relax and enjoy that overpriced housing that all of your money's going toward. You know, in this day and age, you got to get to enjoying home, people. All right, what other terrible addictions that no one ever talks about are people dealing with? Always being in a relationship and not being capable of being alone. It seems like I know some people who are that way. Being alone's pretty great, really. Back to that sitting in front of the TV, playing video games and watching movies and stuff. I don't know. Maybe I am lazy. But it's very peaceful and quiet. You know, I got to deal with the cats a little bit, but other than that, I can just zen out. Like we talked about earlier, cranking up the guitar amp, no roommates to yell at you. You know how nice it feels to turn your guitar up at midnight and just chug on those riffs and nobody's going to get mad because there's nobody there? Chugging on riffs at high volume is great. All right, what else do we have for terrible addictions that no one talks about? Buying a bunch of fresh produce with the full intention of eating healthy, only to let it slowly die in the fridge while you order takeout. I might be guilty of that. I try to not be. That's why I don't buy a lot of fresh produce anymore. Just salad. Salad's quick and easy enough. If I got to chop and cook it, and I just don't have the time. But it does make you feel guilty when you open up that fridge drawer and there's a bunch of rotting vegetables in there. And you've been eating pizza. You're like, come on, bro. You're gonna die. You gotta eat better. Sorry. Overthinking. You know, get back to that earlier. Lots of guilt when it comes to food. For me sometimes. Let's see here. People getting addicted to things like running. Yeah, you'd think how is that an unhealthy activity? Well, if it's all you do, you're overdoing it. You can overdo anything. You're going to end up having to get some kind of a hip surgery or something. You know? Everything in moderation, all right? Oh, yeah, workaholism. I work 12 hours a day, 7 days a week. You got to change it up, bro. If you get hit by a bus, your life was wasted. It's better to not have that much money and have a little bit of free time than do nothing but work and then die. All right? All right. Complaining. Is that an addiction? I'll just tell you, if you seem to be complaining about everything, then there's something going on that needs to be addressed, I would think. Because really, when it comes down to things worth complaining about, and you might be going, Victor, all you do is complain. I do it in the, state of a show, all right? I try to make my complaining entertaining. Once I'm done with the show, I don't got too much to complain about. Again, I have a roof over my head. I have a guitar. I have video games and cats. What more could you need? Right? I mean, there's always some more, but I'm just telling you, if you get stuck in that negative feedback loop, you just, feeling mad, complaining, you're going to make yourself sick. It's no way to live life. There you go. Processed foods and junk food. I think that's a terrible addiction that people do talk about. But I don't care what anyone says. It's a tough one. On one hand, you have cheeseburger. On the other hand, I don't know, some kind of a healthy pile of veggies that you got to chop, and then you got to cook and season and blah, blah, blah. And you know what's never going to be as good as the other? The pile of veggies compared to the cheeseburger. Cheeseburger's always going to be better. Nobody want to admit that fast food's delicious. You have some smug people like, I don't eat fast food. Yeah, whatever. It's delicious. Shut up. Shut up, Jade. Seeing that word junk food makes me hungry. Is that bad? It's probably bad. I need you to call right now if you have pets. I want to know, how many pets do you have and what are they? 208-535-1015. How many pets you got? What are they? I was reading a post online. Do people think you have too many cats? I was like, oh boy. How many cats do these people have? Nobody's going to think you have too many if you just have 2, right? That's a reasonable number. But what if you had 3 cats? To me, when I had 3 cats, now that wasn't by my choice. I mean, I allowed it, but I didn't set out to have 3 cats. I just ended up with 3. I felt like that was too many cats. All right, hang on. We got people calling here. K-Bear, you're live on the show. Keep that in mind. Who's this?
This is Ayla.
Ayla. How many pets? How many pets you got, Ayla, and what are they?
I have, technically 3. I have 2 cats and 1 hamster.
Okay. All right. So I didn't even think about hamsters. If I think back to when my kids had hamsters, I guess at one point we had 3 cats and 2 hamsters. And it seemed like a fairly hefty amount of pets, but it was the cats. I didn't even think of the hamsters. So I don't think that's too many pets. That sounds very reasonable to me.
Yeah, my son also wanted the dog, and I told him no. And he's like, well, why? I said, because of Shasta, who is our older cat. Our younger cat, he named Fluffy. She's okay. She would be okay with, a puppy. But the older cat's like, if you bring anything else into this house, I swear I'm going to kill all of you.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it took many months for my older cat to accept the kitten, and now they're the best of friends. But I think if I tossed one more at him, he might actually lose his mind. So
yeah, that's how Shasta's was. We got Fluffy when she was a kitten, and she's George's. She is George's cat.
All right.
She follows him around. She will meow throughout the house while he's at school and look at me and go, "Where is my boy?" And I'll be like, "He's at school where he needs to be."
All right. So, Ayla, how many cats would you say is too many cats?
I'd probably say more than 5.
More than 5. Okay. All right. So this guy here, he has 4 online, and people think he's crazy. 4 sounds like a lot to me, but yeah, more than 5. That's way too many cats. And,
yeah, because you don't know. Maybe he had, because in Arizona, I had 5 cats, but they were all outside cats.
Yeah, and I guess it's different if they're outside pets. So maybe I should have phrased it. How many inside pets do you have? Because somebody from a farm's going to call me and be like, I have 20 cats.
I have 20 cats, 3 dogs, 2 horses, a goat.
All right. Well, we're going for inside pets then. I think you've got a reasonable number, Ayla, and I appreciate the call today.
Yep, no problem. See you later. Talk to you later, Victor.
See ya.
Bye.
K-Bear, you're live on the show. Who's this?
Hey, this is Courtney.
Courtney, how many inside pets do you have?
We have a lot. We have 5.
5. What are they?
We have 3 dogs and 2 cats.
3 dogs and 2 cats. What size of dogs do you have? What kind of dogs?
We got some big ones. We have a lab boxer mix, so he's like medium sized. A pit bull that is medium sized, and we just got like a puppy who's 8 months old, but he's 80 pounds.
Jeez. All right.
So he's a big dog.
Okay, so 5 inside pets, 3 big dogs, and 2 cats. Do all of them get along?
Oh yeah, they all get along perfectly. It's amazing. They all sleep together. They hang out together. They play together. It's amazing, actually.
Wow. Does it feel
We
like
got very lucky.
does it feel like too many pets?
Not really.
All
I think
right.
it's because they kind of do their own thing during the day, or they're outside. When they do go outside to play, they play together. And then my son has his cat. I have my cat who wants to be alone, so that's kind of nice.
But what about during those winter months when everybody's cooped up inside?
And that's actually not too bad, because the big dogs like to be outside in the snow. They like
Okay.
to play in it. So it's not too bad, but we have a nice backyard that everyone can play in. But yeah, no, the cats, as long as they can look out the window, they don't care.
And I guess if you have 3 dogs, 3 big dogs, then you've got a good use for the snow shovel year round to just go around the yard and scoop the the dog poo. So, all
Yeah,
right.
that's definitely my husband's job. He deals with all the poop for all the animals.
All right. If you got somebody willing to deal with it, then I guess 5 pets. I'll have to comment on this guy's post. 4 cats ain't too bad, because I mean,
No, it's not.
3 big dogs. That's like 9 cats or something. So
Right, yeah. And it's not too bad. I'm a stay-at-home mom, so my husband feels better having the big dogs at home.
okay, that makes sense.
So it's kind of, right? It's kind of nice. No one's going to pull up and be like, oh my gosh, look at all these big dogs. I'm going to go inside. They're hopefully going to walk away.
Yeah, I've thought about getting a 3rd cat recently because I'm just crazy. But
Oh, I would love a 3rd cat.
thankfully, it's a financial thing. The kitten has been eating me out of house and home. I'm like,
Oh, yeah.
all right, I can't afford a 3rd cat. So otherwise, I'd
No, the
probably
cats
do
are
it.
nice because if you leave town, you can kind of just set up food, change the litter box, set up water, and cats are good to go.
Yeah. If I'm gone for just a couple days, no big deal. And I mean, I got friends in the neighborhood who can come over if it's any longer than that. But they are really easy to deal with if you're going on vacation. Much different than a
They
dog.
are.
So
Oh, yeah, it's my favorite.
right on. Well, you enjoy your day with the 5 pets and children.
Oh, yeah,
That's a house full.
it is.
But it sounds like a good time. You sound like you're enjoying it. So.
It is. It's fun.
All right. Well, I don't think you're a crazy pet person. So,
not pet person, but
well, appreciate the call today.
awesome. Thank you, guys.
All right. Peace.
Bye.
208-535-1015, the number to call. Can you beat 5 pets? I know we've got somebody out there who has more than 5 inside pets. I want to see what the K-Bear Rock Army, and you got to tell the truth. Don't call and lie to me and make up the amount of pets you have. 3 dogs and 2 cats is believable because I've seen people with those kind of pet numbers before. But this guy, he's taking grief from all his coworkers and friends because he's got 4 cats. And now, 4 cats to me does sound like a lot of cats. You're going to have litter boxes all over the place. K-Bear, you're live on the show. Who's this?
Hi, my name is Kylie Parkinson.
Hi, Kylie. How many indoor pets do you have?
Honestly, I have 9.
9. Jeez.
Yes.
Okay. And they're not like fish, are they?
No, I have 5 frogs.
Okay.
I have 2 snakes. We actually got the frogs for the snake food, and the snakes didn't eat the frogs. So we have those. And then we have 2 dogs.
2 dogs, 5 frogs, and a couple snakes. So okay, you got 7 of the pets, that are contained in an aquarium or something like that. And that doesn't seem unreasonable to me. Now, if you had nine dogs running around, that might get to be a little bit out of hand, depending on the size of your home.
Yes, definitely.
All right, 9 pets. Well, at least the little ones, the snakes and the frogs, they're probably fairly affordable when it comes to food.
Yes, they are. So we get the frogs, crickets, and they're called super worms. We get about 50 of those every week, and then feed them throughout the week. And then we got to get the snakes. We get them either frozen rats or frozen bunnies.
So these
And
are
then the
big
dogs.
snakes.
One of them is, yeah, she's really big.
And the dogs, what size of dogs are you dealing with?
So I have a purebred Rottweiler,
Okay.
and then I have a pit mix with, I think it's a lab.
Okay, so they're both big dogs then.
Yes.
So that's where all your pet food money goes.
Yes, definitely the dogs.
All right. Well, at least you don't have to buy cat litter. Gosh, that's gotten to be so expensive lately. It's outrage. Oh,
Oh, yeah. You should see my neighbor's house. They have about 30 cats.
30 cats.
It's ridiculous.
So I assume this is a rural area and most of those are outside cats?
They are all outside cats. So we live in a trailer park.
Okay.
And my neighbors have about 30 cats.
30 cats. Jeez. I thought my neighborhood had a lot of cats roaming around, but I guess not. All right. Well, I guess so far you're winning with the 9 indoor pets. We're going to see how high we can go here. So,
All right.
all right. Appreciate the call.
Yeah, thanks so much.
See ya. K-Bear, you're live on the show. Who's this?
Morning, Victor. This is Lydia.
Lydia, how many indoor pets you got?
Oh my God, you're gonna die. I have 4 dogs and 5 cats.
4, and they're all indoor pets?
Yes,
Do you have a gigantic home?
I do not. Actually, 2 dogs and 2 cats are mine, and then the 2 dogs and 3 cats are my daughter's and her husband. So,
Wow.
but
Okay.
it's a zoo at my house.
Do they all get along?
No.
No.
Not really. The dogs do. The dogs do, but the cats do not.
Yeah, dogs I've noticed, they're always generally excited to see other dogs and play. Cats are just haters.
Not so much. Yeah. Yeah, they don't like each other at all. So, but
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
that's my zoo.
All right. Well, you have the same number of indoor pets as the previous caller, but there's, 7 of them were confined to, aquariums or cages. So I think you're winning right now with the 4 dogs and 5 cats. That's
Well, my dogs are big too. My daughter's got 2 Great Danes,
Oh,
and I've got a
geez.
lab and a yeah. So
yeah.
not small puppies. That's for dogs here.
I've had people bring a lab to my house. Just one lab to my house, and the difference in one of them running through my home compared to 3 cats. That I'm trying to envision 4 dogs that size just tearing through the place. Sound like a mayhem.
It is. It is.
But do you enjoy it?
But we love them.
All right.
Yeah.
That's all that
Now,
matters.
hopefully, they'll be moving soon, and when they buy the house, so
All right. So
it
this
won't
is
be
a
as bad.
temporary situation. Then you're back to 2 big dogs and 2 cats.
Correct.
All right. It still sounds like a house full, but that ain't too bad. It's doable. You can still take care of them. How many litter boxes do you have in your house with 5 cats?
Oh my God. There's 3 downstairs, and then I've got 1 upstairs.
All right. Yeah, I've got
So
I got 3 all in, one room in my basement, and that is, if I had another cat, I know I'd have to get at least 1 more. It's amazing how much
Oh, gosh.
those things
yeah.
poo. So,
yeah.
all right. Well, you're our current pet champion with the 9. Crazy.
Yay me.
All right. See, this guy shouldn't be taking any grief from people online. 4 cats ain't that bad.
Heck no. Heck no. That's easy peasy.
Well, appreciate the
All right.
call.
Well, you have a good rest of your morning.
You too.
Thanks.
See ya. All right. I might need to get a 3rd cat. I'm pretty tame. I just got 2 cats. That's nothing. People call me the crazy cat guy around here. I've only got 2 cats. That's nothing. That's nothing. Well, I got to wait till I get a raise. So I'm probably not getting 3 cats anytime soon. Sorry, kids. My girls want me to get a 3rd cat just because they want me to get a bunch of cats. You know? It's like too much work. My whole summer was spent raising a kitten and training her to be, a normal pet. That's where my entire summer months went. I guess winter would have been a better time to do that. Okay, I guess our current record for indoor pets is now 11. I forgot to record the call, but I just talked to a guy. He had 3 huge dogs. I don't remember what he said the first 2 were, but one of them was like a Mastiff that weighed like 250 pounds. 3 indoor dogs, 2 indoor cats, and 6 snakes, one of which is a boa constrictor that's like 7 feet long. It's a lot of pets. I asked him, I'm like, is that too much or is it fun? And he said, no, it's too much. When everything's inside, it's a little bit crazy. So that does sound like a lot to deal with to me. I'm feeling very relaxed about the 2 cat situation. And I don't know, you listeners are making me feel like maybe 3 cats ain't too bad. Again, I got to save up some dough, though. I just can't afford it. Can't afford it. That cat litter, well, it's taking all my money. Anyway, if you can beat 11 indoor pets, feel free to call me. 208-535-1015. I want to hear about your chaotic lifestyle. All right. What you got, dude? How many pets?
Right.
Indoor pets.
All right. Indoor pets?
Indoor pets.
Oh, man. Yeah, never mind. I was wrong. I was just saying pets in general.
Okay, well, I'm curious to know how many pets you have total, even if you don't win the battle of the indoor pets.
1 cat, 7 dogs, 4 goats, and 16 horses.
Wow. Okay. That is a hefty load of pets to deal with. So
yeah, the only thing we're missing is pigs.
Right. How many horses did you say you have again?
16.
16 horses. Wow.
Yeah.
Holy cow. So I guess that a big portion of your life is dedicated to just taking care of animals, or is that your job?
Oh, pretty well the job.
Right on, man. That is a hefty load. And I'd say horses can't be inside pets. So nor can, I guess a goat could. That doesn't sound like a very fun indoor pet. Just chewing up everything. I think that counts because those animals, you'd have to have a pretty big house to have horse as an indoor pet. So,
yeah, you might as well just live in a barn.
Yeah, so I think you're winning. That's a total of I don't know. I'm bad at math, but that's a lot of pets.
All right, thank you.
Hey, thanks, man. Enjoy the farm.
Yeah. See ya.
See you, man. See, I'm feeling pretty good about getting a 3rd cat eventually now. I mean, Koopa will hate me if I did that, but I think the kitten would like having another friend because Koopa gets fed up. He's kind of old. He's like 8 or 9, and kitten's got a lot of energy. So he just gives me the please let me out of the house look after, a good amount of time with her wanting to play. So he's pretty good, though. He plays with her. But, man, if I gave him a 2nd kitten, he might run away. All right, people. Appreciate all the calls on your pet mayhem, making me feel like I'm not so much of a crazy cat guy. You guys are all crazy pet people. Way crazier than me. So I'm going to get on out of here. Thank you again for tuning in to the Victor Welch Show. This program's a production of River. Why can't I say that? God.
To say Riverbend Media Group.
Riverbend Media Group. This program's a production of God. This program's a production of Riverbend Media Group. To contact the show or for more information, hit us up at riverbendmediagroup.com.